Commercial after commercial after commercial. You've seen the campaign ads full of promises, but what happens when the lawmakers get your votes and get to work?
Well, are they really looking out for you? Well, a new report card from a Maryland consumer group says it depends. ABC 2 News investigator Josie Sturman has more on who they said didn't make the grade.
In school, it's the way you measure performance. Your proof of a job well done in the classroom is a report card. But kids aren't the only ones who get them.
If you don't have people who are going to Annapolis to fight for you, you want to look at that.
That's why the Maryland Consumer Rights Coalition is handing out grades for people whose test is pleasing you. The nonprofit group dropping the ABCs on lawmakers based on their votes on just 8 bills, grading lawmakers on their votes on the House floor and in committee.
It's hard for individual citizens to always know and follow during session, so we want to do this every year and have a recap and let people know.
Letting you know where legislators stand on their agenda, which included bills tackling everything from foreclosure-related issues to identity theft and even a tax on tobacco.
Just like an educator, we'd love to get everybody to have a passing score.
While MCRC says 80 legislators got perfect scores in their book, others didn't fare quite as well, with 6 getting Fs on their report card. At the bottom of MCRC's class, Delegate Don Dwyer, who was given the grade before making headlines for a drunken boat wreck in August. We visited his office in Annapolis after repeatedly asking for comment, wondering why Dwyer voted against bills that would create a foreclosed property registry, a financial education commission, and give the state more power to regulate mortgage lenders.
Clerk, read the next bill.
Ms. Speaker.
Although Dwyer wouldn't talk, other lawmakers at the bottom of MCRC's list were happy to answer our questions.
If you can't stand here and defend the votes you make, then you don't belong in the business.
Cecil County Delegate Mike Smeagol scored a 48% on the MCRC report card, which he says is flawed in both its math and methodology, because the group scored lawmakers on votes it considered crucial in committee and gave them equal weight to House votes. Smeagol says he's won consumer awards and points out he even voted in favor of 5 of MCRC's targeted bills.
Many of the bills I put in are consumer-oriented. They would never give any consideration to many of the bills because they're conservative. I think they need to be called out. They need to change the way that they do it. It's a flawed system.
I think it's great that people put a spotlight on our votes.
Anne Arundel County Delegate Steve Shue, who got a 54%, says he would have done the report card differently. Shue, who also voted with the group 5 times, says MCRC needs to include more bills to paint a more accurate picture, but he applauds their effort to hold those in Annapolis accountable.
I don't take the report card as mean-spirited or with malice. I think they have 8 issues that are important to them, and the scores are the scores. I supported the ones I supported, and I opposed the ones I opposed, and that's okay.
But even those who oppose some of MCRC's key bills voted in favor of one of their top priorities. 20 lawmakers with the lowest scores, including Shue and Smeagol, all supported House Bill 1374. That gives people facing foreclosure the chance to work with their lender through mediation.
If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be, I'd be one of the statistics.
A job loss left Navy vet Lisa Bolster struggling to pay her modest mortgage. But that bill kept her afloat and in her Glen Burnie condo.
There's no law that says I have to keep my house. But thank God that there are laws that are put in place for the people that really want to work.
As Lisa works to pay the bills, lawmakers will be laboring in the next session. But will they be looking out for you?
I think they need to go back and do their homework and try to get a better grade next year.
Josie Sturman, ABC 2 News investigators.
Now we have to emphasize this is one group's report card. It's subjective. They got to choose the criteria and the votes they considered crucial. So we put links to the report card as well as a breakdown of the bills MCRC used to build it on ABC2News.com, and we'll let the group and the lawmakers who agreed to talk on our story weigh in on this. You'll see there are 2 sides in every story, so take a listen to their point of view, and we'll let you decide if the grades were warranted. Just go to ABC2News.com, click on the investigators section right now.